So I wonder where this might be going. Looks like we've got an 11400 i5. We've got an ARC A750. Of course, we've got the motherboard that will fit both of those onto it comfortably. From DeepCool, we've got the cooler, the Gamax V2 in white. We've got some FCA120 fans. And we've got that Maycube 310, also made by DeepCool. So, this might be a cool blue build. Let's give it a shot. As I alluded to in the intro, we're going to put some parts together by DeepCool and by Intel. We've got an Intel CPU, Intel GPU, we've got all the fans and case and everything by DeepCool. We're going to go ahead and throw a power supply in there by Be Quiet, just for good measure. And then I haven't decided on the RAM yet. Storage we'll also get to, we'll figure that out. It's probably going to be by Team Group or something. But yeah, I figured we could make a decent themed type build out of Intel and DeepCool and make it a cool blue build. So we're going to start doing that. The 11400F is going to go in there. The A750, we're going to go ahead and put it all together. We might run just a couple of benchmarks. I will probably do a full slate of benchmarks later just to see how this combination goes. Intel is constantly upgrading all the drivers for their video cards, and they're getting better and better. So I wouldn't be surprised to see those benchmarks do a little bit better than they did when we were testing with the Ryzen processor that we did earlier when I first got the card. This will be an interesting opportunity to go ahead and test this with another 6-core, 12-thread processor. Compare the results to that. I expect them probably to do just a little bit better because the Intel, I would imagine, would work better with each other, first of all, and the resizable bar might not be as big of a deal trying to get to work, set up, and play nice with the Intel CPU as with the AMD CPU. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what this looks like. Hopefully it's going to be really cool. And well, otherwise it won't live up to the name I'm trying to give it. Yeah, so on with the show here, right? One of the things I really do like a lot about this case, it's magnetic. Really, really easy to get into. Yeah, won't be a problem at all trying to build into this thing here. We've done it a little bit before, but hey, this will be the big test. For the memory, we're going with a 16 gig, well, a set. 2 8 gig sticks of Ripjaws 5 DDR4, and I believe it was 3200. Yeah, 3200 mega transfers. So we'll go ahead and do that. Stick those in there. I forgot that I already put a pretty sizable NVMe drive in there. I believe that's a 1 terabyte. We'll verify that when I go back and start setting everything up. But this thing's about ready to put in the case. There are also a couple of DeepCool fans in here already. Since I have a set of 3 that I'm going to put in, I'm just going to put them in the front panel. I may or may not add these into the top if I decide that it needs it, but I don't think it will. So we'll just use the 3 in the front, and I don't know, maybe I'll leave 1 in the back. We'll see how it goes. But definitely replacing some of them. Another great feature about this case is it does already have a fan hub in it, which is great because that Asus B560 doesn't have a lot of fan headers on it. So this will come in handy. And as I mentioned, when I took a look at these fans, you can daisy chain these together to keep the clutter down. There's only one problem. Only one problem I see with this, and that's that the connector is on top of where the other wire comes out of. Couldn't we have done that the other way around, DeepCool? Make it a little bit easier to go to the next one? Yeah, that's it. That's the only problem I got with it. All right. All 3 of those fans are in, and here's the cable that comes out, the one cable from the daisy chain, and you're thinking, that's not going to work, because that, first of all, won't make it over to that hub. Second of all, that's the wrong plug. That's all right. We got a cable for that. So, DeepCool's cable comes from the end of the daisy chain. It's included in the box with a kit. Goes over here to the fan header. It would make it onto the motherboard if it had to. It also does have a SATA if you need that. And the other end splits out into ARGB that'll go right onto your board, so the lights can be controlled right from your motherboard. All right, well, I got it up and running, sort of. It did not like me using the Intel graphics card right off the bat, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments and do the resizable bar and all that stuff in here and set this up so I can get it to use the Intel graphics card. So, as I mentioned in the clip before, it was not without problems. The A750 did not, the motherboard didn't like the A750. I had to go ahead and update the BIOS, so I had to put the old video card back in. I had a GTX 1660 that I had to go ahead and make sure I was troubleshooting with. Yes, that worked. The A750 did not want to work, so I figured I would go ahead and update the BIOS. I don't know what might have been. The BIOS was from 2021, so that's probably a good indication of that the drivers and the card itself weren't recognized. But, you know, hey, it's working now. So it worked out pretty well. The NVMe drive, it does show up as an NVMe. It does show up as a master boot record. However, for some reason, it won't boot. So I'll have to go through and I'll check a utility and kind of play around with that to see what happened there. But I got it up, got it running, and it's looking pretty good so far. I wished it were a little bit more uniform, the color on the inside, but it doesn't look too bad. Got some white, some black in the case. It's got some white and some black in the features of the equipment that's in it, and the lighting, the LED on the fan, and on the A750, and then of course the blue that's in the front of the case. So that works out pretty well. All DeepCool parts, basically DeepCool and Intel parts. If I would have thought about it, I would have gone ahead and got an NVMe that was like an was it a 665p or 660p or 670p or something, an Intel NVMe. I still might do that. Make it as close to an Intel build as I can, and I'll even maybe I'll even look for see if DeepCool makes a power supply. Yeah, we'll go with it at that. We'll try to make it as close to an all Intel, all DeepCool build as we can. In any case, the next step for this rig is we're going to go ahead and test that A750 along with that 12400 and see how it does in games, and be a good match to see a similarly built AMD that has a 5600 with the 6600 XT in it. We can kind of take a look at those two and see how those two platforms match up against each other, AMD versus Intel. Sorry, NVIDIA, you don't have a CPU in the race. So, in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was kind of fun. I don't do too many builds because I'm not very good at filming it. I mean, I do builds. Obviously, I do builds all the time. I'm just not very good at filming when I do builds. So I will try to get a little bit better at it. And if I can't get better at it, then I will find somebody that can help me do that. So maybe I can build while they film, and then somebody can edit. In any case, we got it done. Cool Blue is sitting over there ready to go. We're going to start some benchmark testing on it. Hopefully that'll be posted within another week or two, and we'll go from there. We'll just see how it works. So if you liked the video at all, go ahead and throw a like on it. If you're not already subscribed and you want to make sure you keep up with what's going to happen with this or the Sony camera, a lot of the shots that a lot of the video done was on this camera, and a review on it's coming up soon. I did an unboxing the other day, but a review is coming. So we'll go ahead and do that. But if you don't do anything else, please just be good to each other. Say something nice to somebody. Say hello. Hold the door open. Wave. Smile. Just that little bit. Just that one little thing. And it doesn't cost you anything to smile. Doesn't cost you anything to say hello. Maybe just that one thing is enough to make somebody's day. All right. So until next time, when I'm getting into other stuff and having fun, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.